Hey, let's you and I be real for a second. Your stomach's been through more battles than your boots. If you're ignoring gut issues, you might be flushing money down the drain. Literally. Digestive problems are crazy common in veterans, from the deployment rations to the meds, the stress, the toxic exposures. Seriously, while some of these conditions may seem common, and some of them are, they're also being ignored. Claim it before you blame it. The top 5 digestive conditions that veterans ignore. Make sure you stick with me till the end for all the little hints, tips, and tricks that go along with it. I'll try to keep it as short as possible. I'm Mr. X. I'm the guy behind my guide giving you all the information you want to know and need to know about the VA's claims process as the VA Top 5. Digestive disorders are common but underclaimed. Some are linked to service conditions, meds, stress, especially in combat zones. Many are eligible for direct, presumptive service connection, secondary service connection. Number 1 should be no shock. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, commonly known as GERD. Okay? This condition is often linked to NSAIDs, medication, over-the-counter medications, stress, PTSD. This condition can also be secondary to other mental health conditions, chronic pain. That's either secondary to hypertension. Okay. Now, the way this condition is evaluated, it's based on the frequency and the impact. So the regurgitation, the vomiting, something that happened last year, that if you're service-connected for GERD at less than 10%, that you need to file an increase now. Because from May 19th, 2024 is when the new update to the VA schedule came. And if you're service-connected for GERD and you're prescribed something like omeprazole, for example, or a medication to help control the acid reflux, then that warrants a 10% evaluation right there alone. So, while 10% may not seem like a lot, it does get you close to that 100 club. It may be enough to put you over the top. In the end, GERD, very, very common amongst veterans. All right, number 2, gallbladder issues, gallbladder disease or removal, cholecystectomy. Okay, you have pain after eating, nausea. This could be gallbladder issues. And this condition can be secondary to other service-connected conditions. Further complications of your gallbladder. If you had it removed and have a cholecystectomy, okay, you can do it to a 30% evaluation. You have recurrent abdominal pain. If you have chronic diarrhea, characterized by like 3 or more watery bowel movements per day, that's a 30% evaluation right there. That's huge. Now, if you only have intermittent abdominal pain, the diarrhea, 1 or 2 times a day, that could still get you a 10% evaluation. Now, I know many veterans are affected by gallbladder issues, and they're not claiming it. They should. 30%, if they qualify for it, that's nothing small. That's huge. That gets you that much closer to the 100 club. That's why we're here, to help you get every percent possible closer to that 100 club, closer to getting those benefits that you've earned, that you're entitled to and that you deserve. Moving right along. Pancreatitis. Seriously though, this condition is no joke. All right? This is one of the few digestive conditions that can seriously put you in a world of hurt. It can even kill you. Generally, symptoms have, severe abdominal pain, can be related to alcohol, can be related to gallstones. Okay, now if you have inflammation in the pancreas, this can manifest, as an acute or chronic condition. They can have severe abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, fever, rapid heartbeat, but it also affects your bowel movements. Some of the symptoms are fatty stools, diarrhea. Fatty stool is when it's oily or grease here, may be difficult to flush. Diarrhea, abdominal pain, if you've had weight loss, all things that are related to pancreatitis. If you have a tenderness or swelling in the upper abdomen, or discomfort, or even enlargement of the belly, when touched. These could all be symptoms of it. There's a fluid buildup. Conversely, if you have a loss of appetite, that can also be a symptom. Because the pancreas puts forth all those digestive enzymes and whatnot. There's a wide-ranging list of symptoms and disabilities that are related to pancreatitis. Stick with me till the end, because there's going to be a bonus tip for you. All right, number 4 with the bang. I know you've been waiting for it. Irritable bowel syndrome. One thing to remember about this one, if you served in Southwest Asia, this is a presumptive condition, so you don't need treatment while in service for IDS. If you have a confirmed diagnosis, it's going to get service-connected. Okay, so let's talk about the symptoms. This one maxes out at 30%, which is no joke. To get service-connected for a 30% evaluation at this point, if you already have a couple of them, that's guaranteed going to get you closer to that 100 plug. Now, to get that 30% evaluation, let's talk about it. Now, if you have abdominal bloating related to defecation, at least 1 day per week during the previous 3 months, okay, that's the first qualifier. And then you have to add at least 2 out of the next 5 symptoms. 1, change in stool frequency. Change in stool form. That's the second one. Frequency, number of times per day, per week. Changes in stool form, which basically means, do you have the alternating constipation, diarrhea? Does it go back and forth? Does it change? Okay. 3, altered stool passage, which has to do with straining and urgency. Number 4 is mucorrhea. Now, before you're asking, Mr. X, what's that? I got you. Okay. It's that mucus, white jelly substance that appears when you defecate. So, if you have it, you know it, I'm guessing, okay? Mucorrhea, number 4. Number 5, abdominal bloating or subjective distension. Now, the ones that I'd seen common amongst most veterans, okay, it's not 3, 4, or 5. Even though the altered stool passage is there, that one's, seen quite often in the bloating. Mucorrhea, not so much. Okay. But change in stool frequency, change in stool form. If you have IBS, those are probably have those. Those are mainstays. Okay. In the end, IBS should get you at 30. Okay. It's going to get you closer to that 100 club. All right. Number 5. I'm going to be straight with you. I'm going to cheat here just a little bit, okay? Because there's a lot of digestive conditions that you could be entitled to. And if you don't have a diagnosis of GERD or irritable bowel syndrome, okay, something like chronic constipation or diarrhea, you could be service-connected for those. If you have a functional gastrointestinal disorder, Crohn's disease, gastritis, there's gastroenteritis. Okay, there's all sorts of different gastrointestinal diseases and disorders that are related to service in Southwest Asia. Okay, many of these conditions also could be secondary to medications that you're taking for other service-connected conditions like opioids or antidepressants. Okay, all these symptoms, all these conditions, they add up and they can significantly impact your quality of life and employment. Okay, so if you have any of these, essentially, and here's a straight truth for you, okay, if any gastrointestinal disorder, whether it's been diagnosed or not, and you served in Southwest Asia, then I would absolutely file a claim. Look at all your treatment records, see what's in there. File a claim for every single one of them. But the VA figured out some may require that you be seen in service for it. Some are presumptive. If there are a bunch of symptoms that are not associated with any one condition, then it might, come in as a MUCME or a functional gastrointestinal disorder. And the only way to really know on some of these in the end, and that's why I make mention of it. That's why I kind of lumped all these together at number 5, because it's that important that you understand that if you have a digestive condition, then submit a claim for it. If there's anything that you take from this video, please, 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 if you have any digestive condition, diagnosed or not, submit a claim for it. Let the VA can't figure it out. Go to the exam, talk about all your symptoms. Provide all the medical evidence through treatment if you've seen your private healthcare provider. Talk about what you go through, how it affects your day, the frequency, the form. All of these things go to make up the diagnosis rendered, whatever that may be, and the evaluation that you're going to get service connected for. So, I repeat it again, not because I like to be that guy, I don't, but if you serve in Southwest Asia and you have a gastrointestinal disorder of any kind, put in the claim today. All right, if you stuck with me this long, then here's your bonus tip for you. See all the conditions listed. Okay. GERD, your gallbladder, pancreatitis, IBS, and all the conditions we just talked about. Okay. Now, the sad truth to all this, and I'm going to be straight with you, because that's how Mr. X works, okay? A lot of these, you haven't noticed, there's a lot of overlapping symptoms. There's a lot of conditions that, abdominal pain, cramping, constipation, they apply to multiple conditions here in the digestive tract system, okay? So, if you apply for more than one of these, or if you're already service connected for one and then you apply for another, keep in mind that the conditions may just be combined and then rated at the highest level possible depending on which combination you're service connected with. I know GERD and IBS can be rated differently. Or I say differently, but you can have separate evaluations for both. Depending on the other conditions, they might be combined, they may not. I just want to be straight and upfront with you, okay? So you can be prepared for whatever comes. In the end, if your gut's been wrecked since military, don't ignore it, okay? You didn't survive those MREs and field chow just to live with digestive pain. File a claim and get the rating you deserve, okay? Comment if you filed for any of these conditions, or if you have any questions. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment about what you thought, or what you would like us to address in the future. Because if your stomach's been through more deployments than your boots, it's time to claim what you've earned. I'm Mr. X, and this is the VA Top 5.